the 3 Halls, and I ain't talking about cough drops. I'm here with Jalen Hall, our super duper producer, Gregory Hall, my other brother, Gary Hall. So today we're going to go ahead and start off hot. We're going to go ahead and get right on in it. We're going to get straight to Charleston White, an interesting character that a lot of people have become known as you'll see right here on the screen. So, before we go ahead and get on in, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Please hit that button right below the screen. That would help us out a ton, and it's free. So
there you go.
Either way, let's go ahead and get on into Charleston White. Who is Charleston White? What does he do? What is his goals?
Well, I kind of been following this guy for a minute, and he's an interesting character. But the thing is, he came from, he was a youth, and he went to youth prison, what they call a boys' school or whatever it may be. He got caught up in a murder situation or something as a kid. And once he actually got out of this, 18 or something, he went the straight and narrow path in life. And he looked at his situation from what I see, from being an early teen gangbanger and all that in the street, doing things that didn't help the community.
What was he in jail for? Well, not jail, but the juvenile detention center.
Yeah, it was murder. It was murder. He was involved in a murder. I don't know if he necessarily did the murder, but he was a part of a group of people that got caught up in a murder. Yeah. And maybe he wasn't snitching at the time.
So, not at the time he didn't snitch, but what it was is that it was basically a robbery that just kind of went south.
Yeah.
They already had stole from, I was thinking inside a Foot Locker. Either way, I can't remember exactly the location. And they went out to the parking lot. The guy confronted him and they shot and killed him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't him, but he was there, and he was part of the initial crime. Yeah. So he ended up getting 7 years for doing that. So that was kind of the deal there. And also with kind of talking about what's going on with him today is more like he's become this big figure on TikTok, Instagram or whatever, and he's made a platform for himself. YouTube. And he also YouTube, and he's made a platform for himself where he's actually doing a lot of community service work. Been doing it over the years, maybe the last 10 years or so. Establishes a program, HIGHT, stands for something. Helping young people excel.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, that's it. And a lot of people are looking at him basically as a troll. And honestly, I think he done took his experiences from when he was young to where he at today, and he's turned them around to, and it don't resonate with a lot of people how he actually does his trolling, but he has a positive message in pretty much everything he's done said. But he has an extra level of aggression in his responses when it comes to certain people. And we done seen he done trolled T.I., Bootsy, now it's Jay Prince. And pretty much anybody that want to confront him with any situation, he don't mind putting them in their place and saying something outlandish back. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't hold back. He's not like he really presents the idea of what I explained to somebody I had a conversation with. It's like when you dealing with the streets, is it a nice way to convince somebody who's doing something wrong to do it right? Is it a nice way to do that? Or could you just present your idea and be straight up with them? Because the only way you usually change the streets is to confront it. You can't come up with ideas, plans, or whatever. You got to confront the problem and address the problem and tell them you the problem. So if you the problem, I need to come directly to you and tell you the problem. And that's kind of what he's bringing to the table now. A lot of these situations where we done glorified the streets, gave them extra credit for, dope dealing, he got the night right. And we do this. Mm-hmm. Everybody embracing these people for breaking down your community. And now you have a guy standing up saying all this stuff is wrong. And so with that being said, it's like, okay, what are we really trying to do in our community? Because we uplifting people that should have been downgraded a long time ago. But when you get somebody actually telling you this is right, and this is the way you need to go, and this is the way you need to think and stop doing this street stuff and empower yourself to say, no, you're not doing this in my neighborhood.
So you trying to say Charleston White is the godfather of doing right?
I'm just saying he's an example. He is an example of what many people need to do.
Have you ever heard
in
that
their
message
neighborhood?
Before?
Because it's only powers in numbers.
But I'm just saying, have you ever heard that message
can
before?
Make a change, but a lot of people can make a difference. Speak.
Have you ever heard that message before is what I'm saying? What Charleston, you saying he's giving this message about you acting as though you just not hearing this message.
No.
Is that the first time you heard that?
I'm hearing somebody that's not afraid to confront the people that's the problem and tell them they the problem. That's what I'm hearing from him. We done addressed
you ain't never heard that before?
But, I mean, he's not really confronting them.
That's what I'm saying. You never heard that before?
He's calling them out.
He's speaking to them.
Yeah, he's sending out a message.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a message being said directly to them about they
Let me ask you a question.
And you know what? I'll go here. It's just like Boosie. Mm-hmm. I started off hearing him talking about Boosie. He went with Boosie. Boosie responded a little bit. And then he stopped.
Is that the first?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying I'm talking about some things that I heard personally. So Boosie got to a point realizing I might need to leave this guy alone. Because obvious, and this, I didn't mention this about him, he's a pre-law, Charleston White is a pre-law student. And
he's a student. He's still going through.
Studied that. So he has a feeling law or something. So he is trying to educate himself on a level to understand what he's talking about.
He's trying to get on the couch.
Okay.
But keep going.
But and like I say, so he's not no dumb dude or nothing like that. And like I say, I think the biggest problem people have is the level of trollness he goes at other people. But like I say, I don't have a problem really doing that, because it's just when you're doing something wrong and it's being acknowledged, I could be nice about it. Everybody's not going to agree with what I'm doing.
Let me ask you something.
But at the end of the day, when I say what I say, I can say it how I want to, because you're doing whatever you want to.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a full interview?
Yes, I told you I have.
How long was it?
Like 30-something minutes, probably 20.
Oh, that's not a full interview.
Yeah, you never watched. That's what I'm trying to say.
A full interview with Charleston White is 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You can't, you have to, okay, he's a good snippet person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
15 seconds, 20 seconds.
One person.
Right. That's what I'm saying. A snippet.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about he's good at getting snippets.
He, like you say, TikTok.
He's one person?
Yeah, I know that. He's one person. But this one person, you saying, has rectified the outcry of violence.
That's what you say.
No, that's what you just said. Oh,
I just
Charleston
said-
White saying, you think he the first person who said something to somebody, or is he the first one who put it out on video that he's probably saying something to something?
I clearly just stated he's confronting.
You think he the first one?
Yeah, but you were saying he's like the only one to
Well,
come
dude,
out with it.
I mean, no, it's been plenty. I'm saying, but he's taking a different approach towards people.
He took a comedy approach towards it. Because Charleston White, you never heard of Charleston White until he became this so-called Rat Williams. I'm telling on folks. Let's tell on folks. It's a comedy act.
But what's wrong with telling?
It's a lot wrong with telling if you just telling for the fun of just telling.
If he wanted
What
to,
is he not telling on?
If you're doing it for jokes, like he said, he's a comedian.
No, what do you know?
But what is he not telling on?
He's a comedian.
What are y'all?
Rat Williams is
So
a
he
comedian.
just want to crack jokes.
That's what he does.
Hold up.
He does that, and he does community service. He does a lot of,
He does a lot of things
and
for
his
the youth.
message does mean something.
Okay, hold on. Jay, what you
TikTok
got?
means something.
Debate the
Hold on, let
message.
Jay go.
Go ahead.
He does a lot for the youth, and what Dad is saying.
Yeah, he
is
did
he's
that, yeah.
calling out people. You don't see anybody on any platform or any openly calling out and speaking in the manner he does to these gang members. And
Again, he said it himself on his own interviews, like, didn't nobody listen to nothing that I had to say until I started cussing. Until I became this Rat Williams. So
Right.
now I'm Rat
but
Williams.
that doesn't take away from like
I
What
didn't
he's
say
trying
that.
to do.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
But what are you
you're
trying to say?
But let him
I'm just
finish.
trying to say his calling out. You have to look at his whole interview.
Just
like I said,
explain it
you-
to
What
me
he's saying?
then.
Okay,
what I'm trying to tell you is you taking snippets and building a story off of snippets. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like a snippet here, snippet there.
Okay.
You can hear him say something outrageous like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Ain't nobody watching 2 seconds of a clip. I'm
That's what
watching
it is. It's all about.
well thought out, entertained
Most people are
situation
watching
where
the-
he's talking about situation and it's been presented. He gives the question. I'm hearing whatever I need to hear from that.
Yeah,
And
but you can
his answer to whatever he's talking about, what I heard, made complete sense to me.
And see, my counter to that is this. You've listened, and we just heard you say literally you listened to 20, 30 minutes of an interview. Like I said, Charleston White has made over, we listened to it earlier. He's made over $200,000 a year. That's usually about where he's at. He makes a lot in speaking engagements.
Yeah.
Usually those speaking engagements, they're all longer than 20, 30 minutes. They're all hour to 2 hours worth of content. And like I said, you could take 20 to 30 minutes of anybody speaking and get something good out of it. I mean, you can get something great out of it.
So at some
Not
point
saying-
he's just gonna fall off and start talking crazy.
Not saying. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
that
what
can
it
happen.
is. Yeah.
But the whole point
Because
is
the thing is,
he must not
it's
be
a
putting that
character.
content out to me.
My counter is
because
this.
I ain't heard it.
My counter is
I
this.
haven't heard anything he said to me.
all right, no,
This
he-
sounds crazy.
He does talk crazy.
I mean, he
No,
talk
he
crazy.
talks- no,
I'm
he
just
talks
saying,
crazy.
but
No,
when it
sir,
comes
he says so many bad
to
things about
certain
dead
things
people
about
that it's
oh yeah, I mean
shameful.
Now, has he said some outlandish shit?
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
but in reference
he's
to
had, but in
or
reference
in
to issue,
association with anybody who is a gangbanger.
yeah.
I mean, especially them, yeah. But I
Right.
mean, sometimes,
Yeah.
I mean, and to that, to each his own.
It's-
If he
I'm
wants
just
to.
trying to tell you.
But
Let
it's
me
like-
narrate. Let me lower the narrative a little bit.
So
I just think
he's
he's
a character.
focused at the.
he's a charter.
Yes, he is.
Like that's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
The
It's
point-
like a movie character. If you take Denzel from Training Day, that guy you can find yourself listening to him if he was constantly putting out Denzel Training Day thing. You see what I'm saying? Because that was a good character. He's a good character.
What he's saying
Okay,
is,
but
It's
the
a
message.
character.
But you don't think the message he given resonate at all?
I'm not saying he.
Yeah, what? Give me some
He's
false
not saying
narrative
nothing
of this
that
character
don't-
that he's
he didn't
presenting.
have to
Give me
tell
false
me that-
narrative.
That's
then.
not the point
he
that he's
doesn't
trying
have
to
to
make.
tell me
Give me
that
some.
stuff
that's
matters.
not the point he's
Well,
making.
what are the point are y'all trying to make? Because I'm not
No,
getting the
the only-
Yeah,
like, what,
I'm trying to
He
throw it to
doesn't-
another angle, and like that's the only thing I'm trying to present.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to present another angle is like this. What he's saying is you create a character. What you do is you create that character, spinning off a good message that other people have spent. There's been other people who try to sell his message. The only thing is he was louder with it. He was better with it. He was more provocative. He was more vulgar with it. So people listen to it because it got more clicks.
Right.
You get clicks. He does this stuff to make money. That's how he lives. His organization doesn't make money. It doesn't.
But he gives back to his community and tries to present a false message.
How much money can he get back a year?
But the only real thing,
he's barely making more than us.
See,
when he running around
understand
with
what I'm just saying.
With all this, make America great again, Donald Trump gear,
but
the rebel flag running around. Hey, we yeehaw now. So you with all that.
The message I'm trying to send
I'm just saying he's
that
sending that out too.
He has no problem confronting the problem or saying something to the problem where a lot of people won't even address the problem. And that's the only thing I'm really speaking on
He's not the only one.
Now, we're talking about one right now. That's it. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about Charleston.
And that's what I'm talking about.
So he actually addresses what's wrong in the black community.
That's what I'm saying. So when he say
with the people,
when he say
they needed to
when he say
do to fix the problem, and I'm not afraid.
Don't go have black
not sitting
babies.
here saying I'm agreeing with
that.
everything he's saying. I'm just saying he will say because he's a comedian,
right? And it's an outrageous statement. It's all intentionally done to purposely orchestrate and rouse.
Rile up people.
So and
I guess what? If you don't get likes and clicks, he's not going to keep getting invited onto other podcasts. He's not going to keep getting invited on the shows and making these monies from his speaking.
But they don't invite any of these people who are saying this message to begin with. Where are they?
They don't bring the ratings.
And who are they?
Think about his comedy tour. His comedy tour.
Give me one other person that's doing that.
You don't know their names.
Because
you don't.
Because again, you ain't.
Who are they? I'm saying if I was seeing it, I would be looking at it.
You know who Dr. Umar Johnson is?
All the time.
Okay, so do you think he say the same thing Charleston White saying?
He say it in his own way. But like I said, he does.
So think he's saying the same thing that he says?
To a certain degree, he is. But like I said, listen to Umar Johnson. He says some things, but maybe also he don't do some of the things he say.
Like what? Charleston White does?
Don't get me started on Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar is a question mark by me.
You would question Dr. Umar before you question Charleston White.
Yes, I would.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Yes, I would.
All right.
You're saying like
I'm like, dang. I wouldn't have thought you would have been that impressionable. You know, that's
however you want to take it. You can take it how you want to.
I'm just telling you.
What is there to question about Charleston White?
Yeah.
What is there to question?
No, I'm saying
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm saying.
You're gonna take he was saying that Charleston White is presenting this message out that nobody else is doing. Calling out people nobody else is calling out.
Of course.
And you just said Dr. Umar do that. He just do it differently. So there go one.
I don't know he calling out black people.
Who Charleston White calling out?
Gang members.
Right. And the most important aspect of it is that he calls out people like that without fear behind it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to be afraid.
Crazy.
What are you talking about?
That is what he doing.
What are you talking about?
You on the fear.
That is what he doing.
Not scared. Why is he still walking around strapped, shooting himself in the club?
Because he know they thugs. He ain't gonna be a damn fool.
But I ain't afraid.
I'm not a fool either.
What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, what are y'all talking about?
So let me ask you something.
If something happened to him, it was his fault.
No, I'm so
behind. If something happened to him, it was his fault.
I'm finna rile you up. I'm finna rile these people up. Then I'm finna go get the police to come and get involved. So when it gets riled up, they gonna start arresting innocent blacks
and you know
for
what?
no reason at all. Because his whole thing is about riling up.
No, it ain't.
These dudes are not innocent at all. The dudes
I didn't say it was innocent.
Yeah.
Who you defending?
riling
Other people you defending.
Well, okay, so why are they in the cut with them doing the dumbass shit? If there's innocent black men involved, why are they anywhere near Charleston White? Because they know what the fuck is going to happen whenever he's there.
Right, that's why they try to get away.
That's F-bomb, sir.
You gonna get away. They trying to get away. They try, like you said, just like you just said. People realize this is not the guy to be trying to get. If I'm trying to do something, I don't need to be playing with this guy because this guy is a riler upper. He's a riler upper. And usually it doesn't go good.
You know what he's really doing? He's really showing you can take authority in your own
you can't.
hands.
You could go to call the police.
You can
soon as something happens, call the police.
Like
start
he said,
something.
as soon as somebody
start something and then call the police.
He's trying to start something with gangbangers.
Yeah.
And call the police.
Well known and well
who out there doing
documented gangbangers.
Then go fight them.
Doing that?
Okay, so Greg, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Shoot him in the street?
Give me
That's
that
what he
number
say,
two
do.
guy.
Street.
That's what he say, do.
But he can't do that
Number
because there's
two.
laws in place. So why would I not?
Number two.
Okay, so if that's my message and that's what I'm trying to spread, why would I not go instigate some shit with somebody I know that is actually out here doing terrible things for the community? Of course, I want them to react to me and do something stupid so that way I can put them away. I know what they've done.
Exactly.
Word gets around on the street. Nobody's stupid out here. People know what people really do.
Riler upper.
And so what if he is?
And you know what? Let me say this. See, like I was speaking on Boosie. Boosie don't respond, say nothing. He don't realize what the situation is. Now, let me finish. T.I. the other day, he done talk bad about his kids, everybody. Charleston White.
Done talk bad about
T.I. kids and everybody.
Yep, he sure
That's
did.
so like I said.
But them he didn't talk bad about their kids.
Yeah,
they were grown ups. At 18, you ain't
kids.
no kid.
He did say that.
You
Still T.I.
You 18.
kids.
Oh, you 18, you a grown up.
It's still his
Come
kids.
on now.
Hey,
Come on now.
don't they treat college athletes and pro athletes the same way?
His child
And
or
his
whatever.
child was a celebrity trying to get clicks on the thing
I'm just saying,
too.
if he was playing basketball, they would be criticizing him.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
at the end of the day, he didn't mind going all in on saying something, but usually a thug so-called like what T.I. was back in the day is going to have a serious problem with Charleston White saying. So he's going to take this personal because even with Lil Flip, T.I. just showed up in Houston riding around the neighborhood. You know, this happened. And it's like, okay, obviously he take things personal. But I did see an interview where it seemed like T.I. decided, you know what? I'm a grown-ass man now. I need to leave this alone. I got people to pay. I got money to make. I'm going to focus in on what I'm doing. And this is the thing you as a street, because the thing I keep saying, Charleston White is not telling no lies. He just happened to be going at some people, and then when they got to say something, it's hard for them to really respond because if they saying he wrong, prove it. Because he's telling them the truth about themselves. And then if they real gangbangers, they gonna do the gangbanging thing. But then you got to ask yourself, and this the thing I realized too. You got to Charleston White, and this is what me and Mike had a conversation the other day. You go to high school, right? It's this guy, you know, you can beat him up 10 times out of 10, right?
Right.
You can just fall out the bed and whoop him. Now you're a grown man, right? Mm-hmm. That same guy here is calling you out like Charleston White. Do you have the vengeance in you to really want to go whoop him?
Some do.
But you know you can beat him.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like I really got a desire to go prove I'm going to jail for beating up somebody I knew I could beat 10 times out of 10.
The point being was like, you get much older. There's no point anymore. You should have died in you. Like, I mean, you really shouldn't care to. You already knew you could whoop them then. You could probably whoop them now. But it's irrelevant. You're grown. First of all, what all he's saying is, at this point, there's no need to fight this guy.
No need. But There's still
But I'm
grown
just saying
people out here trying to perpetuate that they're really still in here
That's
doing
why I
that.
said, yeah, people still would be willing to fight over it, though.
But I'm like, I know I could beat the brakes off this
But no,
guy.
but
What
some
does that
people-
have to do with
Yeah,
it?
but
though?
I'm just saying, this is kind of like,
But see, this is what I
you
was
looking
saying.
at Charleston White. Do I really want to go out to Charleston White?
But see, I
To
remember
prove what?
my
And like I said, you can mess around being in prison because he's locked up. So he don't mind getting you locked up. He done showed his hand. Now it's up to you how you want to approach him. Like I said, so like I just said,
And it's
it
not
just
like Charleston
seemed
White
like
was trying to hide any of that.
T.I. said he's just like Bootsy. He's just gonna back out. You probably won't hear a whole lot from T.I. no more. Now he's also going hard in on Jay Prince. And Jay Prince, you know, I can see that's in him a little bit to want to do something because on his interviews he was responding like that. You know, not saying anything, but words in a certain manner make you think something matter. You know what I'm saying? So, but also Jay Prince got to realize, man, I'm here, and I'm letting this dude get me like this.
But see,
and I also got to listen to the man's message. And see, that's what I said.
So
his message,
what is his message?
resonate. I mean, he's talking about
Stop.
clean-
No,
yeah.
no,
No, I'm talking about
Cleaning up the streets.
what is his message to Jay Prince?
Stop praising the streets.
No.
Stop praising killing.
No.
Stop praising gang banging.
So-
Stop praising killing people and just doing all kind of bad things in the community.
So how
He's
does that
not for
resonate?
that.
So how does that resonate with Jay Prince?
Because I don't know.
see, that's
I'm just saying,
I'm asking you.
But according
You the one
to
said
their
he going after him
lifestyle,
now.
rap a lot, how they grow, I don't know. Lifestyle. Everybody got a different lifestyle. Everybody got a way they want to do things.
Exactly.
But he's saying the old way is not the best way no more. So if you want to do
What kind of
something,
religious retreat that you go on with Charleston White that he done brainwashed you like that? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
okay, well, give me something he said wasn't true then.
We should be having no black babies.
That was an outrageous
Probably
claim
was talking crazy.
in relation to something.
that's what he's saying. Like, this is the part now.
We know he's a comedian, but
Hold on. Let me please get something in here. The point being is, wasn't really to just disagree. It was really just to point out there is another aspect to it that could be available. There's another avenue that is available. Never once disagreed with any of his messaging. I kept saying, I want to make a counter. I want to make a counter. I never wanted to say, like, I definitively, agree with this. I'm just saying I want to make a counter to the point. Point being is he could find out one day, really just a troll out here looking for clicks, use it for money, and that's a possibility. Because if you listen to a lot of the stuff he keeps talking about in his interviews, if you listen to the extra hour and a half in it, you'll get stuff like, we should have no more black babies. Black families are ruined. Black single mothers are ruining the black community. You know what I'm saying? Those things have been stated. Lots. You know what I'm saying?
But
Now,
in detail, you can listen to some of the facts. When he's saying it, it makes sense.
But what I'm saying is, like, in anybody's, like, when people start saying a lot of stuff, as much as people hate it, Donald Trump said stuff that was true. But people got lost in other stuff that they didn't like. So they dismissed stuff that was true.
It came from the person you didn't want to hear it from.
Exactly.
But if it makes sense, it makes sense. I don't care where it came from.
But yeah, and that's the case. But also, go ahead.
That's not you.
Hold on.
The most important aspect of it is how you deliver the message as well. He does come off a bit abrasive and very rough with how he chooses the word and express his points. But I mean, these same people are very rough and abrasive. So I mean, you have to respond with the same level of
that's my son.
But what I
said that to somebody. I actually said the exact same thing.
But what we were trying to say to your point is, you keep thinking you keep looking things through your lens. And I keep trying to tell you got to look through other people's lens. Yes, I know. But what I'm saying is,
I said the exact same.
Jay Prince.
Jay just said.
He doesn't always going to look or react to things the same way you would. You keep saying, why would you do this? you're right. I don't understand why they would react.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, but that doesn't mean
I'm not saying he
won't.
ain't.
It
I
doesn't
left
mean
two
a lot of these
avenues.
other people
I
don't
say
feel
he
a certain-
strike me as somebody who will.
Yeah, but you also
But
said,
I'm saying, but you gotta ask yourself
yes,
personally.
but you also said, why would he? And I said,
I'm saying, I'm asking, thinking in his mind, why would